Hello everyone, it's the Venom Xenomorph. Ladies and gentlemen, I never thought I would be making this video. Or at the very least, I didn't think that this would be the way that this video would come about. We're finally getting a Springtrap and Dead by Daylight update in the weirdest way possible. And I'll explain all of my details and all of my, my thought process on the whole thing right after I go into the main headline. Dead by Daylight is getting a movie. We're getting a film adaptation of our favorite asymmetrical horror game of all time. And it is being made by none other than Blumhouse and Atomic Monster. For those of you who have been keeping up on my information in regards to Springtrap and Dead by Daylight, as well as where the rights are going and everything like that for the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, particularly the film franchise end of it, you'll know that just the mere mention of Blumhouse in association with Dead by Daylight is already a huge deal. But it is an even bigger deal that Blumhouse themselves are getting involved with Dead by Daylight. Without further ado, let me go ahead and switch cams and let's go ahead and break down the article. So, putting it simply, they say it's official. You know, a Dead by Daylight movie is coming. Behavior Interactive is teamed with Atomic Monster and Blumhouse to develop Dead by Daylight's feature film adaptation, which will bring the world of the entity to the big screen for the first time. We've always considered Dead by Daylight to be a celebration of the horror genre, on which Jason Blum and James Wan have made significant remarks. And we truly couldn't be happier to announce this exciting partnership. We couldn't be more thrilled to work with Jason Blum and James Wan, two giants of the horror film industry, to further expand the Dead by Daylight universe, says Stephen Mulrooney, Executive Vice President at Behavior Interactive. Atomic Monster and Blumhouse are ideal partners to craft Dead by Daylight's killer entrance onto the big screen. In Dead by Daylight, the Behavior team has created a love letter to the world of horror, building an incredible environment teeming with the atmosphere and terrifying villains. Perfect for a scary cinematic adaptation, said James Wan. For those you don't know, Atomic Monster and James Wan, they're responsible for The Conjuring and Annabelle and The Nun, that whole universe. That's Atomic Monster. So, and they recently merged with Blumhouse, so I'll get into that in a minute here too. We're big fans of the game Atomic Monster and are thrilled to be teaming up with Blumhouse to bring this frighteningly visceral world to the big screen. The search for a director and screenwriter is underway, and Jason Blum is determined to find the perfect fit. There are so many fans of Dead by Daylight out there, and I think it's imperative we find someone who appreciates and loves the world as much as we do to help bring us the game to the big screen. We know our partners at Behavior and Atomic Monster will help us bring the best version of this game to life. Producers will include James Wan, Jason Blum, and Stephen Mulrooney. Executive producers will include Behavior Interactive's Remy Racine, Atomic Monster's Michael Clear and Judson Scott, Blumhouse's Ryan Turek, and Stryker Entertainment's Russell Binder. Further updates will obviously be in the future. So let me switch back cams and I will break down everything that we just read. So let's go into the nitty-gritty and the very easy details. Obviously, this is just an announcement that a Dead by Daylight movie is being made. What does this have to do with Springtrap? Well, Blumhouse is currently working on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. They're really in the thick of filming right now. I believe there is actually, Matthew Lillard has officially confirmed in an interview that he has signed a contract for a 3-picture deal with Blumhouse regarding the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, which means that we're getting 2 sequels if this movie does very well. And on top of that, even if we don't see Springtrap in the movie for the first movie, we will at least get a hint or a lead towards his character within the next 2 movies. If the first movie, of course, does well and fans really receive the film properly. This is the perfect angle to get Springtrap into the game, because Blumhouse controls the film rights to that character, which means that they will be able to create a film adaptation of Springtrap and then add the film adaptation of Springtrap to the game very easily with almost no contest, which is fantastic. It is a really, really good boost in morale. It's a really good thing to hear in regards to Springtrap fans. It's very exciting. Not only that we're just getting a movie based off Dead by Daylight, but the fact that it's still being made by Blumhouse, who is dominating the horror gaming industry at the moment. I mean, we're talking about making a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Now we're getting a Dead by Daylight movie. What's next, right? They're going to keep dominating these amazing gaming horror franchises. And I cannot be more excited to see what happens in the future. And this is just a really good sign of things to come. I mean, we're talking about the inclusion of characters not just from Springtrap and not just from Five Nights at Freddy's, but other franchises that Blumhouse owns. I discussed all of these recently in a 2-hour long episode of The Fog Wanderers that we did live with Raffi and Pixel. Unfortunately, Tootin couldn't attend. Tootin could not attend with us. I hope that his wife is currently in good recovery. She had to go into surgery the day we were recording, so I hope, Tootin, if you're watching this, I hope you're doing good, and I hope she's doing good. Hopes and prayers are with you. But we did record a full episode of Fog Wanderers covering everything regarding the Blumhouse merger, and not only that, but the Blumhouse expansion into gaming and creating a gaming division. So because of that, there are a lot of great things coming in the future just from this studio. It's going to be a huge thing to keep an eye on, and you know that I will be one of the few that will keep their closest eye to these topics as possible. Now, in terms of Springtrap and Dead by Daylight, a lot of people have been wanting news on this, and I've been waiting for an update like this to be able to give news, and I'm so glad that we finally got an update that would really shake the community and do a big push to almost cementing in the fact that we could get this character in the game. Even if Scott himself can't introduce his Springtrap into the game, whether he doesn't want to or whether he wants to hold on to the character for his own uses, Jason Blum can introduce his version, Matthew Lillard's version of Springtrap, into the game as film adaptation. They've done this before with New Line Cinema's adaptation of Nightmare on Elm Street. They introduced that version of Freddy Krueger, which there was a lot of I guess the right word is controversy over the introduction of this, because a lot of people wanted the original Freddy and the original cast and everything like that. But you take what you could get. If you could get Freddy in the game, then you get Freddy in the game, you know? So I think a lot of fans, especially considering the fact that this movie, already based off the leaks and everything that we've seen in terms of the production images and everything like that, has shown that they're going very into the Easter eggs and the respect of the franchise. I mean, Chica's rainbow jerkwad, I hate that thing, from FNAF World, is present in the ice cream stand image that was recently shown on Twitter. And because of that, we know for sure that they're really paying attention to the detail. So if we do see Springtrap, whether it's the after credits scene of the first movie or the continuous of the second or third movies, if we do see Springtrap appear, at least it's going to be an adaptation that is true to heart and with the fans in mind. And Jason Blum has never been a man to really let fans down when it comes to horror. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm really excited for this. I think this is a huge update in regards to the Springtrap and Dead by Daylight movement. If you are new to the channel and don't know what I'm talking about, right up here is going to be a little, info card to be able to lead you to my first ever Springtrap and Dead by Daylight concept video years back that kind of got the ball rolling in terms of the community kind of embracing the idea that this could be an actual killer in the game. And then earlier in the video, if you missed it, I'll post it again right here, an info card to the Fog Wanderers episode where we break down the entire Blumhouse Atomic Monster merger, as well as the Blumhouse expansion into gaming. But that'll be it for me tonight, guys, so you'll see more content from me within the next few days. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, whether Springtrap is more likely or maybe even less likely to come in. That's really up for you guys to consider and decide. So let me know in the comments down below and see if that's something you're either excited for or cautious about. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!